Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Wong. My guests for this segment are two young men from the Visalia Music School. That would be Cesar.
Hello.
Welcome. And Marc. Welcome.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
And we're going to talk about various things music, but first off, Cesar, you are the director of music at the school now?
Yes, I am.
I got that right. Hey, I'm batting 1,000 so far. This is good. All right. Tell me about the Visalia Music School.
Okay, so Visalia Music School, our ultimate goal is for students like of all ages to just experience music.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Now, you said all ages. You mean if someone as young and debonair as I am walks through the door, that you can handle, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes.
And if I can bring my 10-year-old grandkid, you can handle that too, right?
Yes.
Awesome! We can make it a family deal. I like that.
Yeah, a lot of families do.
Yeah, do they really?
Yeah.
So
We have
all
a
right,
lot of brothers and sisters.
I'm going to ask you, family, okay? If, grandpa, son, daughter, grandkids, whatever, we all come in as a family. We're all about zero intelligent when it comes to, playing an instrument, right? We heard somewhere on the radio some sound that we kind of liked, okay? But we said, hey, we want to form a family band or a family music thing. Could we come in and talk to you guys and you could put together something like that?
Absolutely.
You could, huh?
Yeah, we offer something called a family share plan.
Really?
Yes, and we have everyone sign up, and they can take a group lesson to learn one singular instrument, or we can have them take different instruments, all scheduled on the same day.
And then we can come together and form harmony and all that
Absolutely,
sort of
yeah.
stuff, right? We can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, okay. So now we talked before we went on the show. Visalia Music School's been around since about 2006, so they got a
Yes.
couple weeks under the belt. Obviously, you weren't with them when they began, a little on the young side, but you've been with them for a little while, and the basic format is, as I understand, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but don't, is that you teach individuals on specific types of instruments.
Yes.
But you also teach music skills, So and I'm going to put you on the spot here because we were talking. You said music theory is one of those things that's coming on the horizon.
Yes.
And I like that because I like theory. I can't play music to save my life, but I could probably get the theory down, so that's a good thing. But no, so and working with young kids, okay. We're teaching them more than bongo drums, right?
Yes.
What do we got available off the top of your head?
Okay. We offer everything, most everything.
Yeah.
We do woodwinds. We offer brass. We offer violin and cello. We offer piano, voice. What else?
Yeah,
ukulele and drums.
Woodwinds, we do bassoon and oboes.
Yes.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
There you go. And cellos are one of my favorite. I mean,
Same here.
It's awesome what they're doing with cellos today. So you basically most any orchestral type of instrument, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And-
how could I forget? We offer guitar.
And, yeah, well, there you go. And you offer guitar, so we can rock and roll it, or we can do the orchestral type stuff. And just on average, Cesar, an average student. I'm not talking about someone that's gifted or someone that fails to have a gift at all, but what's the time sequence between coming in the door going, I really want to learn to, when I can begin to actually make music with my instrument? And I know each instrument has a different learning curve, right? One you can get in 5 minutes, another it may take you 10 minutes, but, about how long?
Okay. Well, I would have to say probably 2 or 3 months of consistent practice. We do appointments once a week.
Oh, wait a second. You said the P word. You mean there's practice
Oh,
involved?
yeah.
Oh,
You
yes,
mean
absolutely.
It's not about I just come in there and I'm good to go, right? In and out this week. And
No magic buttons, no.
No, you got to do it.
There are no shortcuts
And
to success.
so, that brings me up to my next point. Practice.
Yes.
You emphasize with your students the necessity for practice.
Yes.
Because truly, playing an instrument is more than a gift. It is a skill. And if you're going to do it even halfway decently, like any skill, you got to put in practice, time.
Yes.
Okay? And so, as a parent, I'm bringing my child, or a grandparent, I'm bringing my grandchild in. and you're showing them and you're giving them assignments and practice work, and we come back next week and they're like a bump on the log going and they didn't practice. Do you hold them accountable?
Usually, yes.
Usually, okay. All right. Well, listen.
Might depend on the teacher.
Yeah,
No.
Okay. How many instructors do you have?
I would have to say around 7 or 8 private music instructors.
Okay. And so more than just the two of you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And actually, Mark, you're not so much an instructor. We're going to talk about what you do some other time. We're going to get to what you do here in a minute, because you're the next person in line after the student gets into the school and they become somewhat adept at their instrument, or maybe even more adept, or maybe even kind of egoically impressed with themselves. And the next thing they want to do is they want to lay down some tracks, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So where do they go to lay down tracks?
We've got an on-site studio, and it's a 3-room studio, soundproofed.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
You didn't give me the name. What's the
Oh,
name?
BeardMan Studios.
There you go. You
At
got
the
it.
Visalia Music School.
There you go. BeardMan Studio. So, okay, Mark. So, as we talked before we went on camera, for a parent or someone that's learning music, or watching my kids learn music, as they make certain markers, they hit certain goals. At some point, they're earning time. If
They
you will,
earn time, yes, in the studio.
In the studio, okay. And so then I can take my little child into BeardMan, and I can say, okay, and I want something to harass all of my family with on the holidays, right?
Exactly.
And you can help produce that.
Exactly.
Tell
Yeah.
me about that. How's that work?
When a student makes a certain marker with their teacher, and their teacher says, hey, this child or even adult has learned to a point where they could probably consistently come in and lay down a track.
Mm-hmm.
And so we introduce them to the studio surroundings, show them how it works in a quick manner.
Right.
But then we will either, depending on what their instrument is, we'll mic it or plug it in.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get them a recording of themselves so that they can hear the progress they've made. And it builds confidence, especially in singers. We get people
Wait, that can also be used like a learning tool.
Oh, absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
And it's something
that's
that
nice.
most schools do not offer. It is
Yeah.
something that we're trying to incorporate, because once you hear what you sound like, good or bad, it will make you pay attention to what you're doing a little more. And
That
it can
practice
be
thing,
it can be very
all of a sudden
encouraging.
becomes more important.
That's exactly right. Yeah, because you can have those goals of when you're going to go in and lay those tracks down,
Mm-hmm.
and then you do have something you can bring to either friends or family, or just for yourself to improve.
That's awesome. Mark, how long you been with the school now?
I've been with the school currently just recently, in the last 6 months.
Okay.
I've been recording and doing studio work for over 20 years.
Okay, so you got a little experience.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You like what you do?
Love what I do.
Well, that's good.
Love what I
then,
do.
you know?
And all ages are interesting.
Really?
Because you'll have, I think we have a woman right now in her 60s is learning to play drums.
Oh, she's just a youngin.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're laughing way too hard, too. That,
But no, seriously, and the little kids that come in as young as 4 and 5 years old for drum lessons, and some of those kids just really they're naturals
wait a
that
second.
come in and they go.
I can see it now. My grandson, I can get even with my son. Boy,
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, this
Yeah.
is good. No, that's, so drums too, huh?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's
There's a
awesome.
drum room in the studio, so we
Yeah.
take any of our students from the Visalia Music School, and we've got 2 sets that are set up at all times.
Mhm.
It's a soundproofed room, and the instructor has one set, and the other person will sit at the other, and so it makes it very simple to mimic
Okay.
when you have that type of atmosphere.
Mhm.
So
So the whole thing really is focused on learning
yes,
and addressing the level of learning that the student is achieving as they go through the school.
yes.
That's pretty awesome. Now, something you mentioned that I don't want to. What was I going to? No, I don't want to forget. Was that instruments? You have instruments available for rental.
Yes.
For my or somebody's student, right?
Yes.
And we can rent through the training program, but we can also rent to buy. You were saying is that
Yes.
something available? So that for a parent, particularly if you have like 10 kids and you want to get them all instruments,
Right.
yeah, it can be a little expensive, right?
Exactly.
So if we can
Yeah.
rent them, but even, in today's world, even renting a single instrument, depending on which one it is, can get a little, buying one can be a little pricey. So if I could rent to own, I could put it right up there with a mortgage on my home, 30 years.
Yeah, it's just an extra bill.
But we could do that. No, that's great.
It is. It gives them an opportunity for parents that want to get their child started. Maybe it doesn't stick, so it can be something that would.
Wait
be,
a second.
So maybe they want to switch instruments.
Yeah. So my kid thinks that they want to be a rock and roll piano player or something, and that's not working for them. And so then they pick up a violin, and that's not working for them. But they hit that cello, and all of a sudden they are a rock star.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boy, you just saved me a whole lot of money. I'm liking it
right?
a lot.
Yeah, because it gives the children an opportunity. If it's younger children, just this last week we had maybe 3 or 4 different times. I met with the parents. They know they want to get their child involved in music, but they don't know where. And so I will get to know the kid, and we will go to the drums and see if they like that. If they start lighting up and they dig it, then that's what we'll go for. But I try and get them over to the piano, see if their hands are where, maybe that's the instrument for them. Guitars, I'll do a couple of patterns and see if they can follow and how quickly they adapt. And we can help parents find what instrument might be great for their child in particular.
And I've been having a lot of fun with you guys, and I appreciate you not getting up and walking off the set early. But, the thing is, music, on a serious note, music, what it teaches a young person, even us old folks, but what it teaches a young person. Okay, you're talking about learning the skill and practice. Okay?
Yes.
You're talking about timing. Okay, in so many things. You're talking about the ability to critically think ahead, because that's what a musician has to do. Besides the fact of developing an ear, and an ear is developed for most. It really isn't a natural thing for most people. You got to develop it, and I know that because I'm not going to go there. But anyway, yeah. So that's good. All right. How do we find you guys? Your school?
Well, we have our phone number,
Which is?
559-627-9500.
And where's the school physically located, Cesar?
We are located on 2332 West Whitendale Avenue, just off Mooney Boulevard. We are right on the corner.
Right there in
Bright red building with a piano on the side.
Oh.
In Visalia.
In
yes.
Visalia.
In Visalia, yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad that it wasn't Hanford. We get lost. But, okay. And you got a Facebook page, you said?
Yes.
What's that Facebook page?
The Facebook page is the exact same name as the school, Visalia Music School.
You're making it difficult, Cesar. That's great. Okay, so I'm a parent. I can make an appointment, come down. If I think my kid has more talent than what they may have, or maybe they have more than what I think they have, before we actually get involved with lessons, do we have like an audition of sorts so that, if someone comes in with a child that, I claim, well, my kid's a Mozart, we're ready to go, and you're
Right.
going, do you try them out to develop an understanding for their level of skill before we figure out how we're going to go with the lessons?
Yeah, it's what I usually do personally for me is I walk the student through several warm-up and fundamental routines, and then we work a little bit on theory, so that way we both come to like a common understanding of where the current skill level lies with the student, and then we work from there.
Okay, that's cool. Now, you have individual classes or lessons, and
Yes.
we talked about that, but you also have, I can't think of the name, but you have a list of the various classes that
Yes.
that you offer, and
Some are groups, and some are
groups
are single.
organized and stuff like that. And then Marc, as my child begins to perform at higher and greater degrees, where I know that he or she will embarrass the living daylights out of you, and when I put him in there, that we'll send him over, and you're going to cut him a recording, and we're all going to be very wealthy, right? No.
Yes, you would hope so. No.
No.
That is definitely part of what we're offering there, but I do want to make clear that the studio will be used for several different things. It's something we're incorporating new in the school.
Right.
So we're trying to let existing clients know as well as potential new clients. We will be recording bands, full bands, and single artists.
Okay.
And we are very heavily letting people know that there is no block time. We do not believe in pressure in the recording studio.
for us totally in the dark, clueless individuals, what is block time?
Block time is a normal standard for most studios, and it's basically an hourly rate.
Okay.
And then you'll have once your recording is finished, you usually have a mastering that will have another price on top of it. We include everything depending on each. So if you come in with 4 people in your band and you have 4 instruments, we're going to price it accordingly. It's very individualized to each person recording.
Okay.
So if it's a group, it's going to be this, depending on how many songs you want. There are some studios that will only do 1 song, 3 or 10. You can pick any number you want.
So I can negotiate with you ahead of time what it is
Correct.
that I want, and when I'm done with the negotiation and we've agreed on something that works for both of us,
Correct.
Then we can get in the studio and we'll produce the product at that point.
Yes, and we are very flexible on time,
Okay.
day or night. It's a 24-hour deal. What works for people, some people want to record music, but they have a full-time job.
Right.
So they can come, we'll meet them at the studio at night. And
I prefer that 1 to 3 o'clock. in
1
the
to 3?
morning.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Yeah,
That would be great for me.
Okay.
No, but we'll do that. And
So,
that's...
but what you're saying is besides the students at the school and for the school, that the studio is available professionally.
Correct.
Okay, so if I happen to have a band, or I'm one of those multi-talented people that I can do all the instruments that I want to lay on my track. We can do all that,
And that's where the individualizing helps.
Yeah.
Because if someone comes in and says, I want to do a whole album, I've got all the music written and I play all the instruments, I just need to get it recorded, that would be completely different. If you come in and you say, I'm a single artist and I want a whole album done, but I don't have a band, we can provide the band.
Can you?
We can provide the backing for several different styles of music, mariachi, rap, rock, whatever people might be into. We cover a lot of ground.
Okay.
I'm sure there's styles out there that we may miss on at the moment, but we'll learn them.
So this I like the school concept.
Yeah.
You take new students, you take existing musicians, and help them up their game.
Yes.
You provide. And the idea of having a studio available where when I hit certain markers that we can record something that I can compare, and on an ongoing basis,
Yes.
that last time I was in, well, I'm going to throw that out because this one really outshines it, or it was
Compare.
maybe better last time that I got to work on get that practice stuff down a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Or I'm no longer going to pay for my kids because I can see they're just not but we can monitor that, and that's a great concept to incorporate into a school.
It helps.
Yeah.
You have especially people, for some reason, when they're singing, when they're first starting to sing with any instructor, there's a level of shyness.
Yeah.
And when we get them into the studio and show them what they're capable of, it builds a confidence in them,
Awesome.
that they return the next lesson and they just kind of sit a little higher. They realize, wow, I do sound good,
All right.
and it's neat.
Well, listen, gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming and sharing with me today.
Yes, thank you for having
and
us.
for being a good sport, both of you. But music is important to kids. Good training is far superior than sending your kid out to the garage with a guitar and say, "Come back in when you're a rock star," right?
Yeah.
And so get a hold of Visalia School of Music,
Visalia Music School.
Visalia Music School. Phone number again?
559-627-9500.
And whatever they told me, whatever instrument that most every instrument that you have that an idea, they have someone that can instruct your student into playing it, and that's awesome. But yeah, that's just awesome. And I'll see you when we come back. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.